to St. Louis. John Weideman and Kaylee Chelios for Chicago Blackhawks preseason hockey. And the coaches there you see in your picture, Luke Richardson, Blackhawks head coach in his second season. I tell you, Luke did great work last year, Kaylee. I mean, he took a group of guys he'd never known before and molded them into a pretty competitive unit. I don't recall them ever taking a night off.
No, his resume obviously speaks for itself, but one of the things he said he got a lot of compliments or comments about this year, talking to other coaches around the league, was just the team's ability to be resilient and not give up. They fought hard to the end. Even after the trade deadline, Jonathan Toews was absent with illness. Patrick Kane obviously left when the team was in San Jose, and they still stayed together and finished really strong. So that says a lot about Richardson and this coaching staff, and just a lot to look forward to.
And of course, Craig Berube is the head coach of the St. Louis Blues. He took over midway during the 2018-2019 season. They went on and won the Stanley Cup, did the Blues their first in team history, and Craig Berube still the bench boss behind the Blues bench. We're underway here in St. Louis, and the Hawks control the opening draw. Zaitsev now will toss the puck off the boards and down behind the St. Louis net. Jordan Binnington plays it into the near corner. Bertuzzo moving it up ice. Tucker for the Blues over the Hawk line, dropping it off, and a wrist shot from Jacob Verana sails over the Hawk net around the glass, and this will actually slide all the way down ice. Kevin Hayes, a former first-round draft pick of the Blackhawks in 2010, had the puck, lost it at the Blues blue line, but the Blues will get it back, and now the Hawks in a change.
Pretty good look for the Blues on the rush there. Tucker doing a nice job driving to the net, kind of forces Zaitsev to have to give up a bigger gap, and they create a scoring chance.
Here's Robert Thomas into the Hawk zone, dropping it off to Jordan Kyrou in the high slot. To Thomas, left circle, closes in and fires, and a nice butterfly save made there by Mrazek. This puck taken in behind the Hawk net. Vlasic will poke it up the left wing to center ice. And there to get it, Athanasiou to Colton Dock over the Hawk line, or over the Blues line, excuse me, tossing into the right wing corner, St. Louis zone. Torrey Krug now back in the net, moves it around to the line, kept in by Kevin Korchinski, Hawk defenseman. And he'll spin it down behind the Blues net. Calle Rosen sidestepping a check, putting it up the far side boards to Kyrou. He coughed it up to the Hawks and Athanasiou, and the Hawks are back the other way. As Isaac Phillips dumping the puck through the air off the inboards behind the Blues net. Settling it down back there, Matthew Kessel. Now the Blues move it out. Krug with a headman pass, missing all of his teammates. It goes down. Icing called here against St. Louis.
Well, there are some young Blues players in the lineup, but not this top line, Buchnevich, Thomas, and Kyrou, and that's just a beautiful passing play right there from Thomas. Their top line center, 23 years old, looking to take a big step this season as well, and the Hawks, especially their young decor, are going to have to key in when they're on the ice.
Back behind the Hawk net, Wyatt Kaiser checked, but the puck is spun out to center ice and down into the Blues zone. Reese Johnson on the give, ends up down in the left wing corner. Anders Bjork there, a product of Notre Dame. Out to Isaac Phillips from the left point, a long shot hit the inboards and bounces out into the crease. And Binnington directed it wide. Here's Mackenzie Entwistle with some hard work behind the net. We get a whistle, and we're going to get our first penalty of the night.
Reese Johnson's going to go to the box for tripping here, just trying to establish the forecheck right here. And as soon as he loses body positioning, he gets that stick right up under him. It's not egregious, more of a physical play. I think he was surprised to see that one called. I am too. But the Hawks PK has been solid so far. I'm looking forward to seeing him get back to work.
This should be a good matchup on the special teams here, Kaylee. The Blues come in fourth in the preseason on the power play, 6 for 28, while the Blackhawks have killed 15 of 16 to occupy the top position in penalty killing. Draw to the left of Peter Mrazek, won by the Hawks. Nikita Zaitsev carried behind the net, cleared to the line, no further. Here's Robert Thomas. He gives up the puck, and a nice play there by Cole Gutman to snap it off the left boards and down. Binnington stopping the puck behind the Blues net for Torrey Krug. Krug played against the Hawks in the 2013 Cup final. The Blues cough it up the Hawk line, and Gutman once again will stab it down ice to the Blues line.
That's 2 nice clears for Cole Gutman there. Great to see him killing penalties. Just a very smart player, anticipates plays and passes well.
Now Thomas in the Hawk zone, passes across the rink. Here's Buchnevich, right point to Thomas. He'll fire from the left circle. Stick save by Mrazek. Loose puck taken in the far circle, and Bjork will clear it all the way down.
Great save by Mrazek. Zaitsev was kind of forced to play the puck on the strong side, or forced to play up the middle right there where the more dangerous shot was coming from, and that left Mrazek all alone to the strong side, but he'd rather give that one up than that cross-ice pass through the middle.
Here's Kevin Hayes now in the Hawk zone along the left wing boards. Put the puck down to the corner, and it's spun into the slot, picked off by the Hawks. Boris Kachuk with a pass up the right wing. Joey Anderson at center ice. It's taken off his stick, and Kevin Hayes the other way. Boston College product. Kevin Hayes in over the Hawk blue line, moving it away to the left wing boards, and Hayes got it back left point to Scott Perunovich, now right point. Here's Perunovich walking it through the deep slot. A long wrist shot in and out of the glove of Mrazek. Puck cleared away by Vlasic and all the way down. 29 seconds left on the Blues power play.
The penalty kill continues to look good for the Blackhawks. Not giving away those seam passes, cross-ice passes, getting sticks and lanes, and when Peter Mrazek's had to make the stop, no rebounds.
Robert Bortuzzo with a lead pass here. The Blues on the attack. A shot, they score! Matthias Laferriere with his first goal of the preseason. Excuse me, check that. Nikita Alexandrov scoring the goal for St. Louis, and the Blues take a 1-0 lead.
That's a miscommunication on defense going back the other way, and Alexandrov makes him pay for it. He's coming off a strong game on Thursday night with an assist on Neighbors' power play goal. The 23-year-old makes a great little move around Peter Mrazek. Spoke too soon as the Hawks PK looked really good. Just one quick breakdown and off to the races. Alexandrov gets the Blues on the board.
So 1-0 St. Louis as we get back to the play inside the Blues zone. Bortuzzo takes a bump but clears the puck out to center ice for Mackenzie McEachern. He had it knocked off his stick and down in behind the Blues net. Binnington is out to play it away. Bortuzzo moving the puck ahead up the right wing side. Here's Alexandrov. Coughed up the puck the other way. Dave Gust of the Hawks from Orland Park. Gust into the Blues zone from the left point. Will backhand it down behind the net. Bortuzzo takes a hit there and shot it around for McEachern. This is off his stick and back down ice into the Hawk end. Kevin Korchinski back to get it. Here's Korchinski from behind the Hawk net, racing with the puck through center and over the Blues blue line. Dumping the puck down the boards. You couldn't hear the whistle. Offside is called. 1-0 St. Louis.
Well, I love the speed right there of Kevin Korchinski blazing up the ice, goes to his offside to try to gain the middle, chips it in. And I'm looking for that young D that the Hawks have out there tonight, Korchinski's, Vlasic's, to take that step that the coaching staff keeps talking about, the little plays in the D zone, breakouts. And Andreas Athanasiou, my second key, the chemistry with him and Reichel. I'd love to see him repeat that this season the way they did, especially towards the latter half of last season.
Now there you saw Athanasiou fall down in the corner and cough up the puck. The Blues back up ice. Jordan Kyrou from the right circle couldn't get a clean shot away. Hawks take the puck back. Colton Dach center ice. Cross to Reichel, over the Blues line to Korchinski. He tried to hand it into the high slot and did, but right there was a Blue waiting, and that's Buchnevich. Pavel Buchnevich, the former Ranger, dumping the puck down behind the Hawk net. Korchinski tried to spin it around and out, picked up by the Blues. Here's Kyrou. He got Mrazek down and out, fed it out in front. Thomas shoots and scores. It's 2-0 Blues, 5:27 into the hockey game.
Well, there's a reason why this top line is so good. It starts in the breakout. The Hawks fail to clear it, and then just some really pretty passing. Jordan Kyrou threads the needle and finds Thomas point blank. That's a tough stop for Peter Mrazek to have to make, going all the way from the left side of the crease to the right. Unfortunate breakdown for the Hawks in front, and the Blues off to a strong start.
So for Robert Thomas, that's his 4th goal in 4 games of the preseason. And the Blues wanted him to pick up his offensive numbers after last season. He saw a little bit of a decline. And so far, so good for Robert Thomas. 2-0 St. Louis.
And it wasn't just Thomas, it was really the whole team.
Yeah.
In the absence of some of their former star players, Ryan O'Reilly, Tarasenko, Barbashev, they really struggled to find that scoring touch. So Robert Thomas is going to be heavily relied on this season to pick that up. That top line is buzzing tonight.
So the face-off just outside the Blues blue line. Verano wins it back into the St. Louis zone. Kessel put it out to center ice, picked off by Gutman of the Hawks. Tried to lead Boris Kachuk into the blue zone. This pass is knocked away. Gutman got it back. Now Joey Anderson will backhand it down the boards behind the Blues net. And Kessel had it for a moment, lost it to Cole Gutman, University of Denver product. Now Anderson, top of the far circle, chips one toward the net, it goes wide, and now Gutman trying to get to the puck along the near boards was checked off of it by Perunovich of the Blues, and the Blues come back up ice. Then a turnover at the Hawk line, and another turnover. Kevin Hayes into the Hawk zone, angles one down toward the net. This deflects in behind the Blues. Jake Neighbors sets up his teammate Verana from the far circle, firing a shot that is blocked wide, and the whistle blows. A penalty coming up here.
Yeah, there's going to be a hooking penalty called here. It's a good gap initially by Kaiser, but Hawks are going to return to the PK.
All right, the Blues go to the power play when we return. They lead 2-0. They take the court for the first time this season. They kick off their preseason schedule with a game against the Milwaukee Bucks. You can watch it right here tomorrow at noon on NBC Sports Chicago. You any kind of a basketball fan, Kaylee?
I haven't been to a Bulls game in a very long time, but I would love to make one. Maybe this season's the season I go.
Well, they always play an exciting brand of basketball. I haven't seen them play at the United Center in a couple of years, but maybe I'll get down there this year.
They have a great atmosphere during games.
They really do. Hawks killing another penalty here. Zaitsev off the faceoff takes the puck behind the Hawk net and pounds it around the boards and down. Bennington stopping it back there for Michigan State Spartan Torrey Krug. He'll pass it up the right side. Kyrou into the Hawk zone. Dropped off the puck. Thomas spun it around. Now Krug left point to Thomas, top of the far circle. Sent it across for Neighbors in the corner. Jake Neighbors battling for one of the roster spots here in St. Louis. Thomas again, top of the right circle. Behind the back pass, Krug at the line. Krug gave it away, got it back. Put it into the far circle. Now back to Krug. To Thomas. Put it beside the net. Jake Neighbors tried to put it out in front. Swept away by Reese Johnson. Nice play behind the net by Tenorti to extricate the puck and get it over to Zaitsev, and he'll clear it off the boards and down.
Well, the Blues crisscrossing on their power play gave the Hawks a little bit of trouble in the D zone, but great clear and little bank pass by Jared Tenorti to Zaitsev to get that puck out.
Krug with a lead pass to Verana. Moves it in over the Hawk line to Bolduc in the right wing corner. And Bolduc will now fling it down the boards behind the Hawk net around to Kevin Hayes. He let it go. Zach Dean put it out to the point to Perunovich. And back to Hayes. To Verana, top of the right circle. He sent one in front of the net. They were looking for that redirection play. That goes wide. Verana with the puck again. Beside the right circle. Put it down beside the net to Bolduc. Back to Verana. And a tough angle shot deflects wide. Good play by Alex Vlasic to get the stick in there. And now the loose puck along the near boards. Battled for. Blues get it back. Here's Bolduc. 105 goals in his last 2 seasons of junior, playing for the Quebec Rempart for Patrick Roy. This time he mishandles the puck at the line, and Joey Anderson will pump it down.
Well, that's 2 great plays by Vlasic, using his stick, that long reach. He doesn't clear it the first time, but he gets a little bit of help there. And again, the Hawks, good effort getting that puck out of the zone.
Blues come up ice. Bortuzzo to center ice. Snapping it down the boards behind the Hawk net. Out of the box is Kaiser. Hawks at full strength. Kaiser flings it across the rink, almost into the Blues bench. And this hit the boards and tumbled back into the Blues zone. Tyler Tucker over to Bortuzzo. Then a pass ahead up the right wing to McEachern. He's from Phoenix, Arizona. He dumps it down the boards behind the Hawk net. Puck taken back by Tucker, left point. He spins it back in behind. Calle Rosen from the right wing boards. Will poke the puck down to the right wing corner where a little scrum ensues. Dave Gus with a nice play. The former Ohio State Buckeye passing it ahead to Bjork at center ice. Tried to move it into the Blues zone to Gutman. And that was knocked away, and the Blues get the puck back. And LaFerriere for the Blues will drop it off to Bolduc. And he'll send it ahead, picked off by the Hawks' Wyatt Kaiser in front of the benches. He then lost the puck back to the Blues, and LaFerriere once again sends a tumbling puck in behind the Hawk net. Mrazek to play it to the near corner. Jared Tenorti moving it up the left wing boards. Brett Cini there, called up from Rockford recently, and he tried to clear it ahead for Mike Hardman. That's taken off his stick, but finally Gus will clear the puck down to the Blues line, and the Hawks will try and get a line change here.
The Hawks have had to kill off 2 penalties, but Blues just making it very hard to get through the neutral zone and forechecking hard. Hawks still looking for their first shot on goal. Maybe looking to simplify a little bit here. Just get it in, try to go to work and put pucks on net the way they did well early in the preseason. Shoot often and maybe try to surprise.
Here's Kessel now in front of the Blues net. Matt Kessel with a pass up the right wing. Jordan Kyrou through center and in over the Hawk line. Gave it to Pavel Buchnevich at the point. With Scott Perunovich in the left wing corner. He leaves it there. Kyrou across to Buchnevich. Missed on a one-time snapshot. This tumbles out to center ice. And Kessel back to get it now on the Blues end. To Kyrou, front of the Blues bench. Rink wide pass. Here is Buchnevich into the right wing corner Hawk zone. Dropping it there for Thomas. The Hawks' Isaac Phillips took it away. Passing it for Lucas Reichel. He had it stripped off his stick. Now Phillips collides with Buchnevich and fights through a check from Buchnevich, moving the puck ahead now to Doc. Back to Isaac Phillips. He had a good tilt with Ivan Barbashev here last season. He moves the puck in over the Blues line. Athanasiou to the slot. Reichel shoots. Binnington down with a butterfly save. This puck taken out of there by the Blues. Thomas turned it over at the line. A long wrist shot from Doc is into the glove of Binnington. He'll drop it behind the net to Calle Rosen. The teams are in line change.
Well, it might have been their first shot of the night, but it was a really good one from Athanasiou in a high-danger scoring area. It all started with Isaac Phillips in the D zone, using that skating ability to get out of trouble and move the puck up the middle through the ice.
Now Verana into the Hawk zone down the left wing, carried all the way behind the net. The Blues cough it up. And Mackenzie Entwistle of the Hawks will stick the puck off the boards deep into the Blues zone. Tyler Tucker then run into the glass back of the Blues net by Entwistle. The other way come the Blues. And now Tucker tried to get to a pass. It deflected off his stick into the Hawk zone. Quick clear by Korchinski ahead to Entwistle, and he'll deflect it down in behind the Blues net. Tyler Tucker, one of 2 Blues defensemen from Thunder Bay, Ontario, the other being Robert Bortuzzo. Tucker leaving the puck behind the net to Matthew Kessel as the teams make line changes again.
A lot of 20 to 23-year-olds in the lineup, with the exception of that top line, obviously, for the Blues. Tucker, another one of those guys trying to look to prove himself.
Now LaFerriere with a long shot from just inside the Hawk line. That deflects wide. Big hit in the far corner by Nikita Zaitsev. On the Blues, Mackenzie McEachern. And they scrum for the puck. Now Boris Tkachuk does likewise on one of the Blues. McEachern got it back to Perunovich at the left point. To Kessel right point. Long wrist shot deflects over the net. And Boris Tkachuk will angle the puck off the far glass and out to center ice. And Joey Anderson right there for the Hawks. The end of his shift. Slaps it down ice behind the Blues net. And again, the teams change lines.
It's been a challenge for the Hawks to establish the offense just with how well the Blues are forechecking them down low. They're not really able to get that quick pass and out that they're looking for. It's kind of been a chip and getting a clean line change so far.
Gessel will loft one down ice over the head of Alex Vlasic, and that's saying something. Alex is about 6'6", but he was able to get to that puck behind the Hawk net. Passing up the left wing, Mike Hardman at center ice. Boston College product, moving it ahead into the blue zone. A bouncing puck picked up by Zach Dean. Put it over to Calle Rosen along the right boards and ahead to Nathan Walker center ice. That's tapped off his stick. The other way come the Hawks. That fourth line working hard. Hardman, Cassini in the left wing corner. Sent it in front off the stick of Dave Gust. And now Gust got it back. Here's Gust at the right point to Phillips. High slot. Long wrist shot and a butterfly save made by Binnington. 2-0 Blues with 6:41 left in period number 1. And the Hawks seem like they're getting some momentum. We'll see if they can keep it. Tonight it's preseason hockey here in St. Louis, but you don't want to miss the 2023 Blackhawks home opener on Saturday, October 21st at the United Center. The first 15,000 fans in attendance will receive a light-up rally towel presented by Modelo and catch the annual red carpet arrival celebration as well. Visit Blackhawks.com/tickets to secure your seats today. Home opener, Kaylee, Vegas Golden Knights. I can't wait.
That should be a great one. I'm looking forward to it, and it's great that hockey's finally back. What better way than to welcome the defending Stanley Cup champs?
Yeah, they'll come in strutting their stuff, and hopefully the Blackhawks at that point will give them a real competitive game and maybe treat their fans to a nice home opening win. That'd be great to start the season. Inside the blue zone in front of the net, Torrey Krug kept the puck out of danger, pokes it up the left wing side where it's sent up into the penalty boxes by McEachern. Didn't mean to do it. Excuse me, Buchnevich. Did mean to do it, but hey, it happens. And the face-off will come to center ice.
I know this hasn't been the start the Hawks maybe wanted, but still seeing some pretty positive things from the young defenseman. Isaac Phillips, great job keeping that puck in the zone, and just before that off a face-off, did a nice job at getting a shot through and on net. Alex Vlasic looks like he's had some jump, made some great plays on the PK, so it's the little details there too that coaches are looking for, a little bit more important than the score of this game, obviously, with it not being a regular season.
Here's Colton Dock breaking into the blue zone to the slot. Couldn't get a clean shot away. A follow-up shot. Reichel shoots. He scores! Lucas Reichel let it rip into the top of the Blues net. Then the Blackhawks get one on the board. They trail St. Louis 2-1 with 5:59 now left in period number 1. And you could sense the momentum coming back for the part of the Chicago Blackhawks.
Yep, a few nice plays defensively. They started to get some chances, and then Doc cutting into the middle. Doesn't get the initial one, but it pulls Binnington out of position as he tries to make a play on the puck. And that opens up the top shelf for Lucas Reichel. He's not going to miss that one. Beautiful finish.
For Reichel, that's his first goal on the preseason. I would think Colton Dock should pick up an assist. So 2-1, and we've got a hockey game here in St. Louis. Back inside the Hawk zone. Nice poke check by Jared Tenorti. Puck ends up out at center ice, and Bertuzzo of the Blues will stick it back down ice in on Peter Mrazek. He swept it over to Nikita Zaitsev. Head to Bjork. To Reese Johnson at center ice. He'll snap it down the glass deep into the Blues zone. Bjork hit on the far side by Tucker. And now behind the Blues net. Puck taken by Kevin Hayes. Blues get a little clumsy with the puck. Now Hayes comes along, picks it up at center. In over the Hawk line on the right wing, and he'll backhand it to the corner. Jake Neighbors there, hit with a body check by Nikita Zaitsev. An outnumbered situation favoring the Hawks ensues here in the Hawk zone. Neighbors tried to play the puck up the boards. And another battle ensues, and again Neighbors on the puck, and then Bjork swept it away, and it ends up back down behind the Hawk net. Reese Johnson finishing his check on Perunovich, but the Blues get the puck. Kevin Hayes finished off with a nice body check by Mackenzie Entwistle, as Jared Tenorti will backhand it through the air and down. This will enable the Hawks a line change.
A pretty good support there in the D zone by Mackenzie Entwistle, outnumbering the Blues in the corners. Still not having a whole lot of options on the breakout besides trying to chip it out, but I think the Hawks are finding a way now to find their offense.
Matt Kessel back in the Blues zone to Calle Rosen. He led the Blues in plus-minus last year with a +19. Now McEachern firing from the slot. That's wide. In behind the Hawk net, the puck is centered out in front, but picked off by the Hawks. Vlasic the other way to center ice. Banks it over the Blues line to himself down the left wing, and he spun it right into the glove of Binnington, who will hold on. Get a whistle snapping play. 2-1 in favor of the Blues. Hawks with momentum, as we talked about. Let's hope they can sustain it. Stick around. On Tuesday, a new era for the Hawks begins, and all of NBC Sports Chicago is celebrating. Join us for a viewing party at Vintage Bar with live shows of Football Night in Chicago and Blackhawks pre- and post-game live. Plus your chance to win jerseys and tickets to a game this season. Party starts at Tuesday on 6 p.m. on NBC Sports Chicago. John Weideman and Kaylee Chelios here at the Enterprise Center in St. Louis for Blackhawks preseason hockey. The final preseason game between the Blackhawks and the St. Louis Blues, and really the final preseason game for both teams. So some decisions to be made beginning tomorrow, Kaylee.
Yeah, and I think we're seeing two competitive teams here, especially the Hawks. A lot of their young defensemen in the lineup trying to take steps.
You got Gutman and Nathan Walker mixing it up a little bit here. Didn't mean to interrupt your train of thought, but I thought we were going to have a little tilt.
We've already seen a couple so far in the preseason. Players like Reese Johnson, Jared Tenorti against the Minnesota Wild, and this matchup with the Blues sort of lends itself to that most of the time as well.
I'm just going to say, games between the Blackhawks and the Blues at the old stadium preseason, I think those turned into marathon types of affairs. if you had a ticket to one of those games, you better not plan. At that point, you may not have had to make any other plans for about 5 hours because you were going to be there for a long time.
Worth every minute.
Oh, yeah. Inside the blue zone behind the net, Hardman to Dave Gust. Ohio State product. Put it out to the left point, and Phillips will pound one just wide. Puck banks out to Perunovich. A home run pass for Walker misses, but no icing will be ruled as Mrazek pokes it away to the boards. And now Phillips with a nice play is able to push the puck out, but it's knocked off his stick down behind the Hawk net. And Wyatt Kaiser will fling it off the glass and down to the Blues line. Blues in a line change. Matt Kessel with the puck. Over to Scott Perunovich. University of Minnesota Duluth product. And a Hobey Baker winner. Kessel between the circles. Missing on a pass up ice for Thomas. And this will go all the way down. We'll get icing here to St. Louis. This might be an opportunity for Luke Richardson to put his top line out there. Kaylee, 2:53 left in the frame. Hawks trailing by a goal.
I agree with you. That's a great idea. Doc has been impressive so far in the games that he's been in. Adds a different dynamic to that top line with Reichel and Athanasiou. With the injury to Kurashev, we really haven't seen those three together much this preseason.
Reichel wins the draw. Tenorti from near the point, moving down the boards, poking it down deep to the corner. And the battle for the puck, the Blues get it. Perunovich. Outlets to Neighbors, center ice to Kyrou. And Neighbors will toss it down behind the net. Here's Buchnevich now in the corner. Put it behind the net, Robert Thomas. He fed it out to the point. Bortuzzo, a long shot off the shoulder of Mrazek. In the far corner, Reichel takes a bump, pokes the puck behind the net. Around it goes up the left wing side, Tenorti. And he'll fire it ahead. This was a set play. And Andreas Athanasiou with superior speed to Tucker of the Blues. Got there first, negating the icing. The play stays in the blue zone. Kyrou along the near boards. Passing out to Robert Thomas. To Pavel Buchnevich over center ice. Hands it off to Tyler Tucker. And the Blues defenseman will toss it deep into the Hawk zone. Blues make a change. The other way, Colton Dock to center ice. Dumping it down to the left wing corner and in behind the Blues net eventually. And Binnington gives it a ride around the boards. Here's Kevin Hayes. Poking it across, Calle Rosen. Out to Hayes at center ice. Back to Torrey Krug. And he'll skate to the Blues line and then loop back into the Blues zone and take another look. Over to Rosen. Put it over the center ice circle where Bjork and Korchinski collide. The Blues get the puck. They're on into the Hawk zone. Drops it in the slot. And Krug wipes it in front of the Hawk net for Neighbors. He missed the pass.
The Blues, the 4-on-2 right there. Missed opportunity big time as the Hawks looked like they were getting some momentum, playing with a bit more pace, but still having a hard time just getting through that neutral zone and getting clean breakouts.
Here's Neighbors to the Hawk blue line, dumping the puck down to the end boards, and then rams Isaac Phillips into the glass from behind. Ordinarily, they don't make those kinds of checks, but Neighbors did. 1 minute left in the frame.
A little collision here. You can see Bjork just sort of lost his footing there and skates right into Kevin Korchinski, and that's not the player you want to take out going the other way. Alex Vlasic forced to play a 4-on-2 with Reese Johnson, and the Blues unable to take advantage of Johnson, a forward skating backwards, just misses a pass, but great break for the Hawks.
Well, Cole Gutman, who's had some success on draws in this preseason, came into this game 54% on draws, and he's been successful in this game. He won another one there. Now he's got the puck between the circles.
Yeah, he was 52% in the draw circle last season in 14 games. He was among one of the best faceoff takers in the NCAA when he was in Denver. So that's something he's worked really hard on, and the Hawks could certainly use in their lineup this season. Yeah,
I would say that the coaching staff and the hockey ops side of the Chicago Blackhawks organization have been very impressed with young Cole Gutman and the training camp that he's had. Back in the blue zone. There's a pass up ice. And this is down ice into the Hawk zone. Kessel let it fly. Wyatt Kaiser settling it down behind the Hawk net with 12 seconds left in the frame. Put it over to Isaac Phillips. Former Sudbury Wolf will toss it ahead. Here's Brett Cini racing into the blue zone to the right wing corner. Takes a bump behind the net, lost the puck. 2 seconds, 1, and the period will end. So the Blues jumped out first in this one. Took all the momentum, and then little by little, the Blackhawks started chopping away at it. And they scored one of their own to make it a close hockey game. Score after period number 1. It's the Blues 2 and the Hawks 1. We'll flash back to a conversation Jamie Faulkner and Danny Wirtz had with Pat and Charlie centering around Connor Bedard. Plus, Kaylee will talk with Lucas Reichel next on NBC Sports Chicago.
Hi everyone, Pat Boyle back in our NBC Sports Chicago studios. This is Binny's Beverage Depot Intermission Live. We'll get you back to St. Louis for second period action between the Blackhawks and Blues in just a bit. Recently, Charlie Roumeliotis and I sat down with Blackhawks President of Business Operations, Jamie Faulkner, and Chairman Danny Wirtz. And spoiler alert, we talked about Connor Bedard.
I think it's just sort of lit a spark under fans that have been waiting. I mean, our fans are so loyal. They've just been waiting for this team to start to rebuild and get back involved. So that's been awesome. I mean, we had the highest retail sales we've had this summer in a long time. Obviously, ticket sales flew like crazy. I mean, we think even this year we're going to have, it looks like at least 5 games now that will end up being sellouts for this year, if not more, that we're really excited about. But I think the coolest thing actually is the fact that because of the talent, getting the #1 pick and then the talent that we were able to get, even sports fans that may not be a Blackhawks fan or a hockey fan are they know who Connor is, and they will be watching. So I think the ability for us to just grow the fan base, either just fans of hockey or fans of the Blackhawks, is pretty awesome. So I'm really excited about what that will do for the sport. But man, our fans are back. They're really excited. I think everybody's itching to just get the season started now that signs of fall are appearing. But it's been really great for us.
It's been cool to see social media's effect on Bedard mania, because a lot of these kids that come up to me to talk about it have been following him since he's 15.
Yeah.
That's not the norm, and that's only because of TikTok or whatever they're following them on. But it's really it's kind of built this momentum into the start of his
totally
NHL career.
Yeah, you didn't have that with Patrick Kane and Jonathan Taves. You know, we were talking earlier, Instagram didn't even exist when they were rookies. To think how far back and how the world has changed since then. So you're right. there's already momentum coming in, and it's a demonstration of sort of how, younger fans are consuming content on our players, and they want to see the player off the ice, working out, what they do in roller hockey, all that kind of stuff. And so it's great for us to have that kind of excitement coming into the season.
Catch our entire conversation on the Blackhawks Talk podcast. The Blackhawks 2023 draft class recently visited the Chicago Boys and Girls Club to play some ball hockey, and Bedard and the boys were mic'd up. Take a look.
Let's go, Mekon. Look, that guy's mic'd up too. Going in the white.
You're with us? Let's go.
Are those blisters or are those covers? Wait, I got this, bro. I got center. Oh, you want to play center?
You got center.
All right, I'll call center. Yours. Oh, 1v1. Yeah.
We won too much. We can't even play
Yeah,
anymore.
we can't even play no more because we won too much. We're too good. Yeah, how does it feel to be being called up
Just go like you're kind of blackout. I don't really remember it that well because you're just so excited and it's pretty crazy.
Have you ever played any sports before hockey? Yeah, or
I
other
played
than
soccer a little bit.
Soccer? I play soccer a lot too. Good game. Got a Sharpie?
That is awesome. More Benny's Beverage Depot intermission live after this.
It's 2-1. I'm joined now with Lucas Reichel. Lucas, we haven't seen you, Philip Kurashev, or Athanasiou because of the injury to Kurashev, but what does Colton Dock bring, that big left shot? He assisted you on that goal you scored in the first period.
Yeah, like you said, he's big. He's good in the battles. He wins a lot of pucks. And, yeah, he battled for a spot, and I feel like he's playing really well right now, and I love playing with him.
Lucas, a younger lineup for your group tonight, a lot of young defensemen. What were some of the keys? What did you see in the first 20 minutes?
Just keep it simple and bring pucks deep. I think, yeah, we struggle in the breakout, but try to fix it in the second period.
You're playing with Andreas Athanasiou. You guys had some great chemistry last season. What does he do so well? What can he add to your line, and how do you feel you guys have played in the short time you've been together?
Yeah, I feel like he's one of the fastest players in the league. He's so fast, and just try to give him the puck, and I feel like we're going to have like lots of 2-on-1s, and yeah, I like playing with him, and it worked last year, and we just got to keep it going this season.
All right, thanks so much for your time, Lucas. Good luck in the second period.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more after the first period break.
United Center for night out at a Blackhawks game this season with the Blackhawks Family Pack. Each game ticket includes 1 hot dog, 1 drink, and 1 buttery popcorn. Create memorable experiences that last long past the final whistle. Visit Blackhawks.com/Family Pack to secure your seats today. Well, K-League coming up to start the season after tonight. Blackhawks will be in Pittsburgh to open the season against Sid the Kid and Malkin, and now they've got Erik Karlsson in the fold. So that's not going to be an easy tilt for the Hawks, but I think they're going to be up to the challenge. Following night, they play at Boston against the Bruins. Then they travel to Montreal to take on the Canadiens, then the Maple Leafs, then off to Colorado to take on the Avalanche. But these are 5 games packed into 11 days of travel, which I believe is going to give this team a chance to bond a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. That's so important, too. It's exciting. And 3 of those games are national games, so they're going to the big show. We're going to see Connor Bedard under the lights, up close and personal, and should be an exciting road trip for the Hawks. It's fun to have that first one when it's 11 days like that early on in the season. Should be some great matchups.
Well, the boys have a period under their belts here. Let's see what they do in period number 2. They win the opening draw. Big Jared Tenorti, Hawk blue line. Tried to bat it ahead. Came over to the near side to Zaitsev, and he'll spin a puck ahead. This deflects down behind the Blues net. Binnington out to play it to Tyler Tucker in the corner, and he pulls out the 60-degree wedge and lifts that one out to center ice. Blues get it back. Here's Bortuzzo in over the Hawk line on the right wing. Rammed into the glass with authority by Jared Tenorti. Tenorti now back of the Hawk net. Polk checks it around. Bortuzzo again along the boards, this time hit by the Hawks' Colton Dock. He's able to free the puck, and now Tenorti looking to get 2 for his money there by hitting Thomas. Blues get the puck back. Buchnevich at the line to Thomas at the top of the right circle. Snaps one that deflects over the Hawk net. Buchnevich there. In the near side will spin behind the Hawk net to the far corner. Thomas fed it up the slot. Buchnevich. It's like the Buchnevich and Thomas show. Buchnevich a give and go. Now to Thomas, top of the right circle. Over to Kyrou, and he misses on a one-timer from the slot. There's Zaitsev to pin it off the near glass down to the Blues blue line. And here's Athanasiou racing into the Blues zone. He's tripped as he comes across the line, but offside is going to be ruled on this play. Still 2-1 St. Louis just into the second period.
A pretty good shift there by the Blues. Great puck movement. They catch. Torrey Krug's actually wide open on that weak side, but he turns and curls around, so he doesn't realize the puck's down low there. But Hawks get away with a couple breaks.
Well, Gutman, who's 6 for 7 on draws coming into this period, won another one. The Hawks get possession. Joey Anderson from the left sideboards tried to fire one in front. That deflects through to the near boards, Verana. Out to Torrey Krug, then he gave it away at the Hawk blue line. Big Boris Kachuk there to get it. Nice drop off to Gutman. Through center ice and over the Blues line, down the left wing. Gutman to the corner. Had some off-season surgery and some nice rehab, and he's good to go this season. Blues get the puck back. Verana to center. From the left wing side, pulls up short of the blue line and backhands it down to the corner. Vlasic back to get it. Blues get a line change. Hawks looking to do likewise. Vlasic navigating through center ice and over the Blues line on the left wing. Just stick it off the glass behind the net. Around to Reese Johnson. Johnson along the right side board. Put it back to the point. Wyatt Kaiser walking the blue line to the deep slot. Gave it to Johnson, and he'll snap it in on goal. Binnington down with a butterfly save. Isaac Phillips hustling in down the left wing side. Tried to poke the puck down to the corner. Rolls free to Anders Bjork to Reese Johnson, and he'll wrist it in on goal. Binnington down with another butterfly save. Shots on goal now favoring the Blackhawks 8-7.
Well, Alex Vlasic has been very noticeable in this game. He's the reason this puck is in the offensive zone. But here's another look at the shot right there from the point. We heard from Lucas Reichel at the intermission, but just keeping it simple. There's Reese Johnson in a high danger scoring area, gets it off. Well done, and I think the Hawks just need to continue to simplify.
Now Johnson again chasing the puck down, but McEachern beat him to it for the Blues. De Bortuzzo back in the net. Round to Tucker. Out to McEachern. Hit hard there at the Hawk blue line. A nice check by Phillips. Puck tumbles behind the Hawk net. Kaiser is able to dig it out. Kaiser now in the near corner in the Hawk zone. Battling with a couple of Blues. And the puck taken away by Alexandrov of the Blues. And he'll spin it down behind the net. There to get him to Kecker. Put it off the back of the net to himself, then out to Bortuzzo at the right point. A long shot blocked at the defense. And here's Mackenzie Entwistle muscling to center ice. He'll now send it down the board behind the Blues net. Hawks will get a line change as the Blues try to come out of their end. Good play by Brett Cini to intercept an outlet pass, and then he is tripped inside the line. Penalty is going to be called here to the Blues. Cini chasing down a loose puck as Peter Mrazek gains the Hawks bench.
Yeah, Tucker steps right into Cini with that missed pass, and the Hawks will have their first look on the power play.
Hawks with the extra attacker right now. Dave Gust in the right corner to Cini along the right boards. Tried to pass to the slot, picked off by the Blues, and the Hawks will head to the power play.
Good pressure by the Hawks. They're coming off a good shift, and then Tucker really just steps right into a speedy Cini looking to go the other way. Actually, maybe got lucky that he didn't hurt his knee or anything worse. There. It was skate to skate and send Cini in a full 360 there, but he's okay. Some different looks with this power play tonight for the Hawks.
Well, the Hawks are at 29th in the preseason in the NHL. They had a night a couple nights ago against Detroit where they registered a couple of power play goals as Binnington covers it up in the crease. But coming in here tonight facing a Blues penalty killing squad that's 11th. And so we'll see what they can do here. Face-off will be inside the Blues zone. Reichel, who's had some success on draws so far, wins this one. Back to the point, Korchinski. To Gutman, top of the right circle to Korchinski. Long wrist shot from the right point, sails over the net. Round it goes to Thomas. He then coughed it up into the skates of Athanasiou, as you can tell. And then Thomas takes it back at the line, and he'll clear it all the way down. 1:30 on the Hawk power play.
A good opportunity, too, for Korchinski now to quarterback this top power play.
And he does. He carries to the Blues line, turns around to make a back pass, picked off by Kevin Hayes. And the Blues forward will fling it down. Round it goes to Jake Neighbors in the corner. He is bumped off the puck by Colton Dock. He'll drop it off to Korchinski. They were teammates in Seattle last spring for the Memorial Cup championship game. Now Korchinski to Gutman through center. And over the Blues line to the left wing corner. Checked there by Bortuzzo. But Gutman's able to fling it back to the point. Korchinski there. Send it down to the bottom of the far circle. Athanasiou. Back to the high slot. Korchinski. To Athanasiou. Left wing half boards. Back to Korchinski. Over to Reichel. A one-time shot. And that hit Dock in the foot in front of the net. He's ailing a bit. Hawks retain possession. Athanasiou with 35 seconds on the power play to Korchinski at the line. To Reichel. He made a back pass for Korchinski, and Kevin Hayes poke checks it down ice.
Poor Doc got all of that. A one-timer from Reichel. It looked like he was cracking a smile on the bench there, but hobbled off quickly. We hope to see him come back. He's struggled a little bit with some injuries in the last couple seasons, but still has shown really big in the preseason, I think, in his opportunities.
Yeah, I would agree. Just rub a little dirt on it there, Colton. You'll be okay. Yeah. Now Hawks with the last chance on the power play. Cini to Tkachuk, right circle. He tried to fire a shot. It was blocked. Bo reaching for the puck, knocked down at the point. Blues come to full strength, but he got the puck to Gus. Did Tkachuk. Fed it into the high slot. Nice play by the Blues, Nathan Walker. Then Tkachuk took it back, high slot. Hard wrist shot deflects over the net.
Well, I thought they might call a trip right there on Tkachuk, but he makes a great play to hold the blue line, too.
Here's Kaiser in the Hawk zone being chased by the Blues to the corner. Alexandrov checks Kaiser, but Kaiser now has the puck for the Hawks. Hawks 0 for 1 on their power play. Kaiser with a pass up the right wing for Tkachuk. Misses and goes down, and icing is called. One shot on that power play.
That was a pretty good chance. Reichel had the one-timer from the top of the circle. Nice quick release. No hesitation there, but unfortunately it gets Doc right in the skates. And we saw him hobble over to the bench. Looks promising that he's going to stay there, but good opportunity and look for Lukas Reichel.
You know, Kaylee, the way they build skates anymore, they're far more protective than the way they used to be. Here's Kyrou in the Hawk zone. Nice play there by Wyatt Kaiser to lay down and block that pass. Kyrou trying to hit an open winger on the near side. And now here's a shot from the high slot. That's off the stick of Bolduc. It was blocked at the defense. Kaiser will spin it down, and again, we're going to get icing.
Well done by Wyatt Kaiser on that 2-on-1. Does a great job at letting Peter Mrazek play the strong side like that. He'll give a little stick tap to Peter. Take away the more dangerous scoring threat there in front. He's had some really strong moments so far in the preseason, even going back to the last game. Just his confidence. He's very vocal out there, breaking the puck up. And obviously he has that offensive skill set to his game that we're looking forward to seeing this season.
Now back in the blue zone. Puck taken back by the Blues. Here's Perunovic with a pass ahead. Bolduc over the Hawk line to Zach Dean. Little toe drag maneuver. Wasn't fooling the Hawks. Knocked away by Bjork. Reese Johnson with a headman pass. Intended for Anderson. This ends up deflecting up and out of play. Second period action. Hawks still trailing the Blues 2-1, but a lot of hockey left to be played. Stick around. Catch up on everything in Chicago sports with NBC Chicago's Sports Sunday. A recap of the Bears' Thursday night game, the Bulls' first preseason game, and much more. That's tomorrow after the NBC Chicago News at 10. And what a win by the Bears. The day that the great Dick Butkus leaves us and heads to the heaven above, the Bears, inspired, went out and beat the Commanders in D.C. That was a great win for the Bears.
It was. They certainly needed it. And like you said, Dick Butkus, just a legend, an icon. They had even more motivation and him watching down as they came up with that victory. They had a shaky start to the season for sure, but that meant a lot. The Bears fans, to the team, it was an important win and great to see it.
You know, they all had to be sitting in the locker room before the game, Kaylee, and say, let's get this one for number 51, you know? The Bears.
The Bears.
Gotta love it.
Hawks did a nice moment of silence for Dick Butkus as well. So he's felt all over his presence in Chicago.
Chicago sports legend. Here's McEachern into the Hawk zone with a shot. He scores. Off of a 2-on-1 break by the Blues. They came up ice pretty quickly. Several of the Hawk forwards got caught up ice on this play, and the Blues countered and took advantage. It's now 3-1 St. Louis.
Yeah, Jordan Binnington does a great job clearing this puck out, and unfortunately, both D are caught up ice. Just a miscommunication between Zaitsev and Anders Bjork finds himself on that weak side. McEachern signed in the offseason for St. Louis. He's been in the organization before, gets a big goal on the 2-on-1. Not a whole lot Peter Mrazek can do with a chance that wide open.
So for Mackenzie McEachern, that's his first goal of the preseason. Real nice setup by his teammate, Matthias Laferriere. Now the Blues still have the puck in the Hawk zone. Kyrou put it down behind the net. Pavel Buchnevich put it into the high slot. Calle Rose on a hard wrist shot, and that deflects over the Hawk net. Here's Athanasiou, Hawk blue line, right wing side. Tried to backhand it ahead. Robert Thomas broke that up, and Thomas will now chase the puck down in the blue zone. Banks it ahead. Buchnevich in over the Hawk line, down the left wing to the corner. He and Korchinski battle. Thomas takes the pass, moving it up the boards to the point. He'll now backhand it down behind the net. Korchinski tapped it away from Buchnevich, but Buchnevich got it back. Around to the far side to Dean, then to Kyrou. Here's Kyrou in the right wing circle. Moving it out to the line, Perunovich. And the Thomas right point. Snapping it to Kyrou in the left wing corner. Worked it back up the boards, coughed up the puck, and Athanasiou will give it a ride with a backhander down ice into the blue zone. This will enable a line change for the Hawks.
The Blues have done a nice job establishing the forecheck. They're moving it down low, and the Hawks have good support, but as soon as they come up to the top, they reverse it and go on the other side. So they're just trying to wear down the Blackhawks defensively and hope they make a mistake and catch them out of position. And so far, it's been a challenge a little bit in the defensive zone for them to get out cleanly.
Now we get an offside at the Blues blue line. Dave Gust, we've talked about him several times. Orland Park native, 4 years at Ohio State. Hey, it's Saturday. I know there's a lot of college football going on. If you walk up to Dave Gust and you say OH, he's going to respond IO, because that's what they do at Ohio State.
What a great story he was last season, scoring on his first shift in San Jose right after the emotional loss of Patrick Kane.
There's Gust with a chance, put it in front. Hardman shoots, that's blocked. And the other way come the Blues. Play opens up a bit. Neighbors to center, to Hayes over the Hawk line, to Neighbors in front with a backhand. Big save by Mrazek down in the butterfly position. But a penalty is going to be called here to the Hawks, and the Blues are going to get another power play. I believe Dave Gust is going to get the gate for 2 for slashing.
Well, the Hawks get caught a little bit up ice, again out of position. Unfortunately, Gus loses the foot race on the way back with Neighbors, and Neighbors gets a nice chance. Peter Mrazek stands tall in the crease, and the Hawks PK will return.
This penalty at 9:12 of period number 2 puts the Blues on the power play for the 3rd time tonight. They're 1 for 2 so far. They're out to the left of Mrazek. Contested by Mackenzie Entwistle and Robert Thomas, and the Blues get it back. Krug to Thomas, put it beside the net. Neighbors tried to wrap it in on goal. Turned out of there by Mrazek with a succession of saves. And then a last shot fired by Kyrou that deflects up and out of play. Blues get the puck off the draw. They apply immediate pressure.
Got Neighbors, that's the 2nd time actually. You mentioned the Blues have been on the power play 3 times. There's been a couple of instances where he's been wide open, and that time, smart play, just going right to the blue paint. Nobody picks him up quick enough, and Peter Mrazek has to be there for the big timely save.
Entwistle gets tossed out of the dot, and now Reese Johnson will try his luck against Pavel Buchnevich. 1:47 on the Blues power play here. Now the linesman with some words for both. They drop the puck, the Blues get it. Krug from the point, to Thomas right point. Krug deep slot, Kyrou left circle, closing in. Put it in front, came back to Kyrou. Tough angle shot, stop, rebound, Thomas shoots and scores. For Robert Thomas, this is his 5th goal of the preseason and his 2nd in this game. It's another power play goal, and the Blues extend their lead to 3-1.
Yeah, he's looked really good in his last couple of games, but just chaos in front, the give and go on the set play off the face-off between Kyrou and Buchnevich. Zaitsev does a great job initially blocking it with his skate, but Thomas reads that one all the way, picks up the juicy rebound, and puts it away.
The goal at 9:38, I believe I said 3-1. It's now 4-1 in favor of St. Louis.
Yeah, the Hawks just outnumbered in front of the net at that point, and Thomas makes a great read, waiting patiently for the loose puck. Hawks have to find a way to muscle back right now.
Here's Tyler Tucker dumping the puck down the boards deep into the Hawk zone. Korchinski spins it back up the boards. Anderson inside the line, knocked down, lost the puck down the boards behind the Hawk net. Vlasic steering it up the left wing side, not out. Kept in with a nice play by Bortuzzo at the right point. But then Vlasic will take it back. Head to Cole Gutman. And a pass up the left wing. Tkachuk off his stick into the blue zone. Tkachuk took it back behind the net. Banks it out to the right point. Korchinski to Boris Tkachuk. Rolling through the high slot. Wrist shot. He scores! Big Bo let it rip from the high slot. It may have hit somebody on the way through, but the Hawks have cut the Blues lead in half now at 4-2.
It starts with a great breakout in the defensive zone led by Alex Vlasic going the other way. Tkachuk, simple play, puts it on net, catches Binnington by surprise, and it certainly hits something. I don't know if Joey Anderson got a piece of it, but it redirected up in Binnington, had no idea where it was going. It's a nice play by Tkachuk. He's kind of looking like he's going to keep peeling around and then just fires it.
You know, I think Anderson may have tipped this one, Kaylee. You may be right. So for Joey Anderson, if it's his goal, it's his first of the preseason, assisted by Boris Tkachuk.
Good response by the Hawks after a tough power play.
So 4-2 the score. Try and get clarification on which Blackhawk player actually did score. Meanwhile, inside the Hawk zone, Phillips back in the net. Working hard, poking it around the boards, and here's Reichel on the fly through center. Crossing the Blues line, right wing. Nice handoff, Phillips. Hard wrist shot, and it's just over the net. Loose puck taken back by Reichel along the left wing boards. Leaving it there for Colton Dock, and he'll sweep it down behind the Blues net. Round it goes to the near side. Bolduc will tap it back in behind the Blues cage, and Rosen will return it back around up the left wing for Bolduc. He ends up giving it away at center ice. Hawks take it right back into the Blues zone. Athanasiou stopping in the high slot, firing one wide. He'll head to the Hawk bench as the Blues get the puck back. Here's Krug to center, lifting it down to the left wing corner Hawk zone. Wyatt Kaiser back to grab it there. And Kaiser will retreat in behind the Hawk net stop and have a quick look. Here's Kaiser. Put a pass into the heel of Reese Johnson, but he recovers at the Hawk line. Sends it off the boards into the Blues zone. Too far ahead of Mackenzie Entwistle. Blues come out of their end. Led by Kevin Hayes, who misses on a pass for Neighbors. No icing called as he was at the center ice red stripe. Zaitsev for the Hawks kept it away. Moving it to the left wing sideboards, Hawk in. A little scrum ensues there. Approaching 8 minutes left in the second period. 4-2 Blues. Now Perunovic passing over to Verana. Verana checked off the puck there. Nice check there by Tenorti. The Hawks come back 3-on-2. Entwistle to center ice. Sent the puck off the right boards into the Blues zone. It's spun back by Perunovic all the way down, and two Blues enter the Hawk zone ahead of everybody, but Mrazek got to the puck. Winds it up the left wing. Here's Entwistle into the Blue zone. Moving to the net, he shoots, he scores! Oh, what a brilliant individual effort by Mackenzie Entwistle. And it happened on a delayed penalty. The Hawks were going to get a power play, but Entwistle ignored the referee's arm in the air and bolted to the front of the Blues net and wipes it in behind Binnington. That's a highlight reel goal.
Wow, just a late hit there on Hardman. Takes a hit to make a play and right back the other way. Mackenzie Entwistle, just a little stutter step to his backhand, and he uses that big body, creates that separation he needs right there, pulls it back. Oh, beautiful, right around the toe of Jordan Binnington. You could see the excitement from Entwistle. Nice play from the defensive zone, and execution by him.
Now for Entwistle, that's his second goal of the preseason. And I mean, does that kid want to make this team or what? Here are the Hawks attacking again. Vlasic into the Blue zone, left wing corner. Centers, picked off by the Blues. And they're back up ice on a 2-on-1. Buchnevich through center ice over the Hawk line left wing. Floats a saucer pass in front to Kyrou, who directs it on goal, and Mrazek is down with a butterfly save.
And his top line has made the Hawks have their hands full in the D zone. That next shift after a goal, so important.
Hawks come back up ice 3-on-2. Gust to the line, dumping it down behind the net. And Cini finished his check on Rosen. Hawks get the puck back. Tkachuk in the left wing corner. To Gus back in the net. He'll back into the corner. Sweep it to Kaiser, right point. Walking it through the deep slot. Gave it over to Cini. Cini right circle. Snaps it on goal. Blocker save made by Binnington. And Buchnevich will gather it in and calmly steer it up the right wing to center ice to Kyrou, and he'll dump it down to the Hawk zone and get off on a change. Here's Anderson now redirecting a pass down ice into the Blues end. Kessel back at the Blues net. Passing it out. Ends up at center ice. Scrum for the puck over the center ice circle. Blues get it. McEachern will now dump the puck wide of the Hawk net. LaFerriere in to try and grab it. Actually, Alexandrov now falls down under Isaac Phillips. Kaiser to the loose puck behind the net. Could have been able to draw a holding penalty there, but none given. Meanwhile, Hawks attack. Tkachuk into the blue zone from the left wing side. Shot it across the rink. Here's Gutman along the near boards. Checked off the puck. McEachern moving it out to Kessel at center, and he'll fire it down the boards deep into the Hawk end. The Blues go for a change. Now Zaitsev banking a pass up the right wing side. And Athanasiou has drawn a penalty. Hawks are going to go back to the power play as Kevin Hayes touches the puck. The whistle blows. Hooking will be the call to the Blues. Chance to tie the hockey game on the power play upcoming. It's the Blues 4 and the Hawks 3 with about 5.5 left in period number 2. This should be good.
Well, the Hawks have shown some fight in response to the Blues power play goal. Now they're going to have a power play of their own as Andreas Athanasiou draws a hook right here. It's going to be Tucker who ends up bringing him down to the ice. This is Tucker's second penalty of the night, but we'd love to see the Hawks dig their heels in a little bit and fight back, as the Blues at one point had a 4-1 lead. The Hawks have now cut that deficit 4-3 and win the faceoff. Unfortunately, it gets past the stick of Kevin Korchinski.
Korchinski has an assist here tonight, and the guy that he just passed in behind the Hawk net, Peter Mrazek, also has an assist. He assisted on the Mackenzie Entwistle goal. On the subject of Entwistle, he has the puck along the right side boards Blues end, spins it behind the net, it's picked off in the far corner. Bortuzzo will fire it down. Mrazek out of the net, kept it away from Neighbors with a nice little deke. Here's Mrazek spinning it back in behind.
Athanasiou was looking for a quick play right there. Great speed and explosiveness by Reichel entering the zone, and he wanted to find Gutman in that slot area, but just need to settle it down a little bit and maybe set it up.
Entwistle put it to the line. Korchinski deep slot over to Gutman right circle. Tried to fire it down in front of the net for Reichel. Picked off by the Blues, and Rosen will spin it down. Now 1 minute left on the Hawks' second power play of the night. Here's Dave Gust at center. Put it in over the Blues line on the right wing. Tkachuk to Joey Anderson, right point. Anderson, by the way, got that goal off the Tkachuk shot with a nice deflection. Anderson beside the right circle to Kaiser, right point. Couple of University of Minnesota at Duluth Bulldogs, and now Tkachuk firing it back to the point. This deflects off a Blues stick and out the center. Hawks get it back. Gust back into the Blue zone to Tkachuk down the right wing side, stopping along the half boards. The Kaiser at the line, long wrist shot tipped wide by Gust. Anderson's got the puck and then lost it there as Binnington pulls it under his equipment there in the paint of the crease. 22 seconds left on the power play. 4-3 favor the Blues.
It's a great shot. It's kind of walking the blue line there. Joey Anderson battling in front of the net. It takes a fortunate bounce right in front of Jordan Binnington. Unfortunately, gets the glove on it before Anderson can get the rebound, but the Hawks are getting those looks there. The Blues just doing a nice job at getting sticks and lanes and not allowing those seam pass plays or those little one-touch passing plays down below the hash marks the Hawks are looking for.
Anderson came to the Hawks last year, Kaylee. Previous to that, he played for the Toronto Maple Leafs and the New Jersey Devils, who brought him to the NHL. Ray Sherrill was the GM in New Jersey at that time. Anderson, I thought, brought a lot of guts and tenacity and a lot of hustle to the lineup.
He did transition seamlessly, too, along with Bjork. Contributed to the penalty kill right away. He played a lot on the PK with the Marlies, but just a good, hard-working player. Simple game, and that's what he wants to bring to the ice tonight. Just do the little things right, good habits, and we've seen that so far.
Well, the Hawks are 0 for 2 on their power play as the Blues have come back to full strength. Here's Vlasic in the near corner. You couldn't elude Kevin Hayes, who forced the puck free, but the Hawks take it back. Reese Johnson snaps the puck off the glass and down into the Blues zone, deep to the corner. Hardman finishing his check there on Kessel. York got there a little bit late, but the Hawks will get the puck back. Reese Johnson to Anders Bjork. Fed the left circle. Tenorti rips it in on goal, and Binnington down with a butterfly save. Hardman working hard behind the net. Got the puck free to the near corner, but Perunovic took it back. To Kessel back in the net, back to Perunovic. Then a lead pass up the left wing. Here's Zach Dean crossing the Hawk line. Dropping it at the point. Nathan Walker. Walker then coughed up the puck. Zaitsev for the Hawks will clear to center. And the Blues take it back in their end. Bortuzzo to Tucker. Both from Thunder Bay, Ontario, by the way. Patrick Sharp's hometown. Head to Walker into the Hawk zone. To Dean in the corner. Rammed into the glass with a nice body check by Zaitsev. He's been a little bit physical here tonight. Now Bortuzzo, long wrist shot from the point. Blocked in the slot. And Gutman the other way for the Hawks. Near the end of his shift, he'll stick the puck down the boards into the Blue zone. Bortuzzo with a quick flip. Head to Nathan Walker. Put it in from the Hawk net. Bolduc with a backhand. And a nice save made by Peter Mrazek. He got just enough of that one to knock it wide. As Brett Cini, doubling back in a back-checking effort, went headlong right into the Hawks net, dislodging it. And Cini shaking his right hand there, maybe a little bit injured.
A couple of Hawks tripped up on that last play. Big-time save by Peter Mrazek. But you can see right there, Kaiser just gets tripped up, loses his footing, and Brett Cini, trying to make a play defensively, goes diving into the net, which maybe saves a goal. The Blues had a wide open look right there. But good to see Cini's okay. And a big save by Mrazek, as he has a word with the official.
Brett Cini played his college hockey at Merrimack. He's from London, Ontario originally. Another guy that was brought to the NHL by the New Jersey Devils and came to the Hawks last season. He'll take this draw, circle to the left of Mrazek, and wins it to the corner to Phillips, who bats the puck behind the net, but Buchnevich took it away and tried to flip it in front. It's played by Hardman to take it away anyway. And work it around at the right wing side to Kaiser. Here's Kaiser through center. Runs right into a check along the boards, but retains the puck and then turned it over. The other way comes Thomas. Thomas at center ice, lofting the puck down to the corner Hawk zone. Now spins it behind the net to Calle Rosen. To Buchnevich right corner. Out to Kyrou right point. Down to Thomas right corner. Spins it in front. And Kaiser intercepts that saucer pass. Banks the puck around at the left wing. Phillips, a headman pass for Gust at the Blues line. He's in over the line. Gust to the left point. Sent it across to the right point. Korchinski there. Whacks a backhander down to the corner. It's picked up by the Blues. Rosen ahead to Buchnevich, and with under a minute left to play in period 2, he'll move it to Thomas, who sent it down behind the Hawk net. Teams make line changes.
Good pressure. Well done by Wyatt Kaiser in the defensive zone. Under pressure. He's got 2 or 3 players looking to forecheck him, and he finds a way to get that puck up the boards.
Blues come out of their end. Tucker through center, crossing the Hawk line, gave it to McEachern, floats a pass over right circle, and a nice catch and shot there by one of the Blues. That was Alexandrov, the other way of the Hawks. Entwistle dumping it down to the Blues zone. York held it in, and the puck taken back by Entwistle at the line. Spun it down the boards. LaFerriere for the Blues will put it over, and Tucker will pick up the puck. And Tyler Tucker holding it there. He's in no hurry. The Blues with a 4-3 lead. He is content just to milk the time clock and let the period end. And there's the horn. So, Kaylee, 2 periods in the books. The Blackhawks with, I think, a real commendable effort in that second period, fighting back to make this a hockey game.
I agree with you 100%. They showed some real fight and some grit.
All right, score after the second period. It's the Blues 4 and the Hawks 3. Stick around. We've got Kevin Korchinski mic'd up from earlier in camp, plus a look at the Hawks series training grounds. So stick around on NBC Sports Chicago.
Welcome back to Biddy's Beverage Depot Intermission Live. I am Pat Boyle. We'll have third period action between the Blues and Blackhawks coming your way from St. Louis in just a bit. Enjoy all the perks of a suite with the best seats in the building. Purchase a group of 10 or more tickets with seats right behind the team benches and receive 40 Blackhawks points with every ticket to use on food and beverage at the game. Visit Blackhawks.com/tickets to secure your experience today. We're going to hit the ice with Kevin Korchinski when Binny's Beverage Depot Intermission Live continues. We're back on Benny's Beverage Depot Intermission Live. I am Pat Boyle. The Blackhawks mic'd up 2022 first-round pick defenseman Kevin Korchinski during their prospect showcase game. Take a look.
The beds. Yeah. Are you going at or what? What's up, buddy? What's up, guys? Cool, baby. 255. The beds. On you, Ryan. Hit him, Savvy. On you. Sorry. Oh, that's off. That's quiet. That's close. Woo! Oh, wait, Perry. You, Deli. He's dancing. You, Deli. Hey! Hey! Hey, keep ripping that pill, Edsy, hey? That's a snipe. Oh, my crab. Nice rep, baby. Shot, eh? That's a rep. No hats. Hey, good first game. Good game.
More coming up on Benny's Beverage Depot Intermission Live. We're back at Benny's Beverage Depot Intermission Live. Let's go through a day in the life of a player at Blackhawks training camp. Take a look.
He's like, I'm gonna spank, man. Like, whatever it's called, like.
All right, start out, toe up, just like we always do. Toe up, make sure the toes are in line with ankles. Make sure you get the squat on that one. Yep, there you go.
Your brain reads it quicker, right? He just shaved his mustache.
Really? You guys are crazy. On this side. And you saw one guy go to the other ring. Start on this side.
Changing on the ice, it's care. Care. No changes on the ice. Hey, good double swing there.
I think that's the comfort zone that the player, the longer they're here, they will get more comfortable, and the more we encourage them to be vocal out there, they're going to realize how much easier the game's going to be when you're talking and helping each other out. And sometimes when you're talking to a teammate on the ice, telling them what to do or where to go, it also reminds you to where you are on the ice and what you're doing.
Did you see me in that when I went for the photo?
I did, yeah.
I look like an idiot. So we were like lining up. I gave them their award, and Seth and Murph took a photo with the guys. So I was like this, and they didn't pose. They were talking. So I was just standing there like that, just like.
Everyone just gets left hanging once in a while.
Training camp is ramping up and coming to a close. The regular season is around the corner. Enjoy the third period on NBC Sports Chicago.
The Blues are leading. Glad to have you along, John Weideman and Kaylee Chelios here. Boy, I tell you, the Blackhawks defense, Kaylee, Wyatt Kaiser and Alex Vlasic, I think they stood tall in this game.
Yeah, some young defensemen, and we keep hearing from the coaching staff. We want to hear them take a step. And Alex Vlasic has been outstanding, I think, in this game, both in the defensive zone right there. He went coast to coast. There was no option on the breakout, so he took a shot. Kaiser on the 2-on-1 goes down, plays it really nicely, gives Mrazek just enough time and his forward to get back. And then here, great job on his backhand. Uses that loose hand to protect himself, protect the puck, and get it out and up. There's a look at Vlasic and Kaiser right there. And it's, yes, Alex Vlasic, he's more of a shutdown defenseman. That's kind of his MO, but he's using that big frame. He's a different player this season with more confidence, experience last season, and he's been a real bright spot in every game he's been in.
Well, the Blues have Joel Hofer in goal now. He faced the Blackhawks in the first preseason game between these two teams. And we're underway here in the third period. Hawks looking to catch the Blues. Reichel pins it off the far boards, not out of the zone. Athanasiou to the puck, didn't see Thomas coming. Thomas takes the puck behind the Hawk net, tried to center it. Deflects through to Buchnevich, put it around to Thomas. And Buchnevich then put it in front. Zaitsev knocked it away, but Buchnevich got it back to Kyrou. Here's Jordan Kyrou. He had a hot finish last year. From March 9th until the end of the season, he had 11 goals. Here he dumps the puck to the corner. Nobody there. The Hawks take it back. Kaiser to Athanasiou. To Zaitsev. Now Zaitsev pokes it up the boards. Calle Rosen took the puck away for the Blues. Václav Verana moving it around to the line. Here's Torrey Krug with a wrist shot. Save, rebound, score! Jake Neighbors. Top of the Hawk crease. Picked up the rebound off of the shot that originated from the high slot and backhands it past Mrazek. And the Blues have a 2-goal lead once again, this time at 5-3.
Well, that whole first minute of the period was spent in the defensive end. Hawks couldn't get a change. You have tired players out there chasing the puck around. St. Louis had some nice passes east-west. Nothing really went through, so Torrey Krug puts one on net. Great save initially by Peter Mrazek on that redirection, but then Neighbors gets the rebound and goes right around him. Tough start for the Hawks.
So for Jake Neighbors, that's his second goal on the preseason. And as we mentioned earlier, he's one of the Blues players that's trying to solidify his position with this team. He's in a battle with a couple of veteran players. The Blues have some decisions to make as well. Doug Armstrong, their general manager, after last season's disappointing finish, they'll have to make some changes to the Blues roster. Well, we'll see those coming, no doubt. By the way, the Blues also have a new defensive scheme, Kaylee. Their new coach, Mike Weber, was instrumental in that. And so the Blues playing a little bit defensively than what we've seen in years past. Mike Van Ryn, their old defensive coach, was the one responsible for that.
Yeah, the Blues gave up the 6th most high-danger chances in the league last year, so they're in a bit of a retool after finishing the season with 81 points. And Mike Weber's going to be a big part of trying to improve this team defensively.
Now Bolduc tossing the puck into the Hawk zone. Here's Entwistle angling an outlet pass to Reese Johnson off his stick at center. And down behind the Blues net, Tucker gathers it into Bortuzzo. Shot it to the Hawk line. Wyatt Kaiser sends it to the Blues line and then runs right into Tucker at the line, dislodging him for the puck. Isaac Phillips back of the Hawk net to Kaiser. And up the right wing, Reese Johnson. He deflects it to center ice, but the Blues will take it back. Bortuzzo banking a pass on the left wing into the Hawk zone, intended for Dean. Too far ahead of him. The Hawks will now clear it out to center ice as Kaiser is able to poke it out there. And Bolduc there to get it for the Blues. Teams changing lines. Back between the circles in the blue zone, that's Calle Rosen. Rosen started his NHL career with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Moves the puck ahead of the Hawk line off a deflection, and now Rosen will take it back in the blue zone, settle it down. Over to Krug, then out to McEachern at center ice. To LaFerriere, Hawk line right wing, spinning it down behind the net. Look out, here's LaFerriere in front, shoots! And down is Mrazek with a nice butterfly save. Blues have generated some good chances in the Hawk zone, Kaylee, just pretty much through, let's say, overplay of the puck by the Hawks and maybe some miscommunication, but the Blues have done what they've been needing to do.
Yeah, they've been feeding it right in the middle. The Hawks defensively just still having a hard time at getting the puck out cleanly, and the Blues just looking right inside. They'll have to do a better job at collapsing in the middle.
There's Kyrou through center and across the Hawk line. Nice poke check by Vlasic, but a penalty is going to be called here to the Hawks. Hooking will be the call. We'll find out which one of the Hawks is going to get the gate.
It's going to be Colton Dock on Kyrou on his way in. It was pretty slight. I don't know that.
Yeah.
I don't know that Doc saw it that way either, but Kyrou's so speedy. He kind of gives a slash right there. That might have been why they make this call. It's really not an egregious hook, but it's inside on his right arm, and it really did impact the play.
Penalty at 3:29 of the period. This will be the fourth Blues power play. They're 2 for 3 so far. Draw to the right of Mrazek. Kevin Hayes against the Hawks, Mackenzie Entwistle. And Entwistle wins the draw. Vlasic will pound it around, but not out of the zone. Kept in by Verana at the point. Down to Bolduc in the corner. He'll let it flow behind the Hawk net. Phillips took it away to Reese Johnson. He'll turn around and clear the puck all the way down.
That was a really good play by Vlasic, too, on Bolduc. He tied him up just so he could get the puck up and out. If he doesn't make that play, the Hawks probably still have to defend in their own end.
Verana passing to Bolduc into the Hawk zone. He's pancaked into the glass there by Tenorti. Loose puck to the far corner. Isaac Phillips trying to work it free from Kevin Hayes, and does. Ahead to Boris Tkachuk, and the Hawks will come up by shorthanded. Tkachuk to Anderson to the Blues line, where he'll tap it down behind the Blues net. Tkachuk first there, spins it back around. Tenorti at the left point, holding the puck, put it down for Tkachuk, batted off his stick, and now Bolduc will take it back for the Blues.
We highlighted Kaiser and Vlasic earlier on, but Isaac Phillips has had a really nice game too. That was a great little play, 1-on-2, and gets that first option pass out.
Here's Kaiser, a shorthanded rush 2-on-1 over the Blues line to Gutman. He fires, he just missed the net. And the puck taken back by the Blues. Hayes will poke it behind the Blues net. Torrey Krug back there to get it. 40 seconds left in the Blues power play.
Great burst of speed by Kaiser. Gutman, I think it just couldn't quite corral it quick enough to catch and release that one, Gutman, but a really good look nonetheless, shorthanded.
Now Thomas goes rink wide with a pass. Jake Neighbors into the Hawk zone to Buchnevich left point. Jordan Kyrou high slot over to Thomas, bottom of the left circle. Whips it across to the near side. Kyrou to Krug right point. Robert Thomas to Buchnevich in the left wing circle. Back to Thomas. 9 seconds on the power play. Thomas along the half boards. Cutting toward the Hawk net. Centers the puck. Picked off by Gutman, and he'll fire it off the right side boards and down for all intents and purposes. This will kill off the remainder of the penalty, and the Hawks are back to full strength.
Successful penalty kill by the Hawks. Great effort after giving up that first goal.
Now stretch pass ahead to McEachern into the Hawk zone. Mackenzie McEachern racing behind the Hawk net. Shielding Korchinski, moving it to the left point. Tucker with a long shot. Blocked in front of the net. McEachern got it back to Tucker at the point. Spun the puck down behind the Hawk net. This is Alexandrov to it. He leaves the puck in behind the Hawk net. Ferrier put it back out in front. Alexandrov firing. That hit the skate of Phillips. Colton Dock will spin the puck through the air and down into the blue zone. And the Hawks will go for a line change.
I think the key to part of the Blackhawks defensive zone structure, keeping the puck on the strong side on one side of the ice. As soon as the Blues have been able to move it from one side to the other, it's causing a little bit of confusion down below for the defensemen, making it that much harder to get that breakout that they want.
Kessel at the Blues line to Bolduc. To Perunovic over the center ice circle. Head to Dean, put it down into the Hawk zone. This is picked off now by Zaitsev, who spun it to the line. Nathan Walker kept it alive for a moment. Zaitsev took it back, cleared to the line. Again, Walker from the left point, put it across. And along the near boards, a battle ensues, and Kaiser wins the battle, vigorously throwing one of the Blues down to the ice. That's Bolduc. Meanwhile, back into the Hawk zone, Zaitsev to the puck. Over to Kaiser. Quick pass up the left wing to Gust. He'll deflect it down behind the Blues net. Binnington playing it around. And now Bolduc with a handoff for Rosen. Gust intercepts that. to Bjork, high slot. Cassini in the left wing corner. Poking the puck now to Bjork along the right side boards. The Golden Domer moving it across. Left circle, Vlasic. Hard wrist shot in and out of the glove of Binnington. And he'll hold on. 5-3 St. Louis. Hawks trying to gain some ground and get back. We'll see if they can.
Well, the Hawks successfully kill off the penalty, and better yet, have one of the best chances here. Wyatt Kaiser, great anticipation coming up the ice, finds Gutman, just can't quite corral it fast enough for that quick shot. And then here he is, really impressive play on Bolduc here. Again, he's trying to get the puck up, and that physical play right there along the wall. He wins the battle and gives Gus just enough time to get that puck and clear it. I love the confidence from Wyatt Kaiser. He's played like that since he entered the league last season.
Yeah.
And he's just continued right where he's left off. Strong. He's not a huge player, but he plays a big, strong game.
And you and I had the good fortune of calling his first National Hockey League game. It happened out in Arizona.
He did. He was very noticeable from his first NHL game, the way he talks on the ice.
And by the way, for those of you that may not know Wyatt personally, he's a very devout young man, very strong religious faith, and he says that that helps him during difficult times of any long hockey season. Hopefully we won't have too many of those with the Blackhawks.
So far, so good for Wyatt Kaiser.
Yeah. Here's Korchinski along the left boards, blue zone, centering the puck, picked off by the Blues. And they come up ice. Jake Neighbors into the Hawk zone down the left wing, ridden into the glass with a nice check by Tenorti. Back to get the puck behind the Hawk net. This was Lucas Reichel.
The right idea in the offensive zone by Korchinski. He saw an opportunity to get that pass over, but just misses, and then does a nice job getting all the way back to the defensive end to make sure that's not an outnumbered attack for St. Louis.
There you see Tenorti behind the net, wearing one of the A's. Put a pass ahead to Zaitsev, who moves it up the right wing side of the Blues line, and spun back down into the Hawk end. Zaitsev back to get it.
Entwistle did not like that hit by Tucker, who plays a big, mean, physical game, and gave him a little shove at the end of that.
I'm a little surprised, Kaylee. We've played 2.5 periods almost, and there has not been a scrap between these two teams. But they're sticking to playing hockey, playing it hard. I'm okay with that.
Maybe there's a lot of players, too, that they need this opportunity to show what they can do. They want to be on the ice defensively, and you mentioned some of the spots for forwards as well, not just with the Blackhawks, but St. Louis, too.
Isaac Phillips shot one off the glass and out of play. Well, Mackenzie Entwistle, I tell you, he's earned his stripes in this training camp, but right there, you're right.
Yeah, that's the response from Entwistle after Tucker hit him. I kind of flinched. I thought that was going to be, it's a very dangerous, vulnerable spot right there on the ice where Tucker hit him. Fortunately, Entwistle picked his head up, kind of absorbed the hit, and was able to turn out of it. But that could have very well ended badly for Mackenzie Entwistle. That's the last thing you want in a preseason game.
Well, Zach Dean will step in and take this draw against Cole Gutman, who's been very good for the Hawks here tonight. We'll get you Gutman's numbers here momentarily. Gutman now talking it over with his young teammates, Wyatt Kaiser and Isaac Phillips. You can see Kaiser taking the inside defense position on the Blues player. Gutman wins another. Over to the far corner, Anderson. He'll toss the puck down ice into the Blues zone. Here's Perunovic in the near corner. Whips it out to center ice. Picked off by another University of Minnesota at Duluth Bulldog, Wyatt Kaiser of the Hawks. He'll fling it down behind the Blues net. Kessel there. Holding the puck, having a long look before the Blues start their breakout, and now Kessel decides to retreat again behind the net, have another look, and flings a pass up the left wing for Walker at center. It's over his stick and down behind the net. Then Kaiser fans on a pass, taken away by Bolduc behind the Hawk net, who centers. This is picked off by the Hawks. Kachuk back the other way, sends Phillips in over the Blues line down the left wing, winds a shot in on goal. Then Bennington is down with a butterfly save. Nice keep in by Vlasic at the line.
Great minds think alike. Another great play by Alex Vlasic to hold that blue line.
Here's Calle Rosen back to center ice. That's a bouncing puck right through the Hawk crease and wide of the net. Blues end up taking the puck back. Robert Thomas inside the line to Buchnevich in the left wing corner. To the left point, Tucker. Now over to the right point, Bortuzzo back to Tucker in the deep slot. He mishandled the puck. Taken away by the Hawks, Dave Gust. Ahead to Mike Hardman. In over the Blues line on the right wing. Puck on the backhand, carried behind the net. Put it to the crease. And it was taken away by the Blues, taken back by the Hawks, Dave Gust. Moves at left point, Vlasic. He'll spin it down in behind the Blues net. Bortuzzo kept it away, and the Blues come out of their end, led by Tucker. Head to center ice to Kyrou, and he'll stick it off the boards deep into the Hawk zone. The Blues will go for a change.
Nice shift by that line. Hardman realizes he doesn't have any help, so he goes for the wraparound, and unfortunately Gus can't quite corral the bouncing puck, or they may have been able to get another chance from the point.
Now Verano will just slide the puck out to center ice. Jared Tenorti flinging it back down the shelf and in behind the Blues net. Blues take the puck back and then give it back. Here's Colton Dock from the left board centering. That's picked off by the Blues' Perunovic. The Jacob Verano over the Hawk line to Kessel, top of the right circle. Put it across. Zaitsev got a stick in there, but Blues take it back, and Verano pumps one in from the slot. Nice save there made by Mrazek. And Zaitsev clearing to center ice. Blues get the puck back in their end and regroup.
The Blues had a lot of time and space on that one. Ended up hitting that secondary layer coming in, but well defended and a good stick right there.
Here's Anders Bjork through center and in over the Blues line, stopping in the right circle to the slot. Johnson fires off the crossbar. Hofer was looking for it, and that one deflected high and up and over the netting and out of play. Boy, Reese Johnson may never get a better chance to score in this game. 5-3 St. Louis, but the Hawks are charging back. Stick around. At our official Blackhawks watch party presented by Bud Light. Join us at PB&J in West Loop as Chicago faces the Pittsburgh Penguins with puck drop at 7 p.m. The first 100 fans in attendance will receive a giveaway item, and all fans will have a chance to win autograph raffles items. Enjoy music, Bud Light, and of course, the Blackhawks. Visit blackhawks.com/watch parties for more information. Kaylee, I grew up on PB&J. I would think as a mom, you have to make that for your kids at times.
Yeah, I'll throw in some PB&Js, some grilled cheeses, although my kids, they're not as into the J. They're more just straight PB. So we're trying to ease the J in there, a little jelly at a time.
Oh, yeah. Well, a good PB&J, that'll stick with you for most of the day. My mom used to pack that in my lunch about every other day.
Just keeping it simple.
That and bologna sandwiches. Nothing like it.
I don't know about bologna anymore, John, but I'm glad you got to treasure that while you did.
Yeah, we had 7 kids in our family. Mom had to be a little creative at times, and she was. God bless her.
That's fair.
And boy, did she make a meatloaf. Woo! We never missed meatloaf night. That was Wednesday night at our house.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Oh, man. 5-3 in favor of the Blues as we rejoin the play. Here's a missed pass by Torrey Krug, intended for Alexandrov. It's going to go all the way down for icing. And now with 7:36 on the clock for the third, the Hawks will get a face-off in the Blues zone to the left of Hofer. Hofer began the period in place of Jordan Binnington. I don't know, Kaylee, if that was an injury situation or part of the plan for Craig Berube, their head coach.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm not sure. Binnington played pretty well in this game so far. Hofer, like you mentioned, faced the Blackhawks in their last meeting. But you'd hope with Binnington sitting on the bench right there, it's nothing serious, but always best to be precautionary.
And by the way, Craig Berube, the head coach of the Blues, has had conversations with Jordan Binnington about maintaining his focus through games and not antagonizing the opposition as much as he has in the past. If you look at his record, the numbers have come down for Jordan Binnington over the past couple of years. So I think for Berube, it was a wise choice of words and maybe a good thing to do, maybe timely as well.
Yeah, it made for some exciting games for fans for sure, but you know, it's tough as a goaltender especially. You can't always answer the bell in net. It costs your team a lot more. And his teammates were having to do a lot more work in front of him for it.
Down to the Hawk zone, Dean dropping the puck off Walker. Nice back-checking effort there by Anderson of the Hawks to lift the stick of Walker, take the puck away, move the puck over now to Tenorti. He's able to gain the Blues zone, but then lost the handle. The other way come the Blues. Nathan Walker into the Hawk zone, right point. Put it across for Zachary Bolduc in the left wing corner. Spun it behind the net around to the right point. And Hardman finished his check on Walker, pushing him out to center ice. Hawks had the puck and then lost it. Here's Nathan Walker. Lost the puck to Brett Cini of the Hawks. He'll drop it down between the circles. Tucker of the Blues missing on a pass up the right wing. Walker, icing called against St. Louis.
That's 2 icings now by the Blues from the defensive zone, trying to make a play off the rush. And there's a good-looking back check from Joey Anderson. He takes so much pride in his defensive ability, but lifts the stick of Walker. Jared Tenorti picks it up, and that's just a really nice play. Those are one of the clips you're going to show in the locker room the next day at practice if you're Luke Richardson and the coaching staff. It's the little plays out there, and it was really well executed by Joey Anderson.
And the hockey ops guys take note of those things too. Here's Athanasiou with a one-timer from the right circle, sails over the Blues net. Reichel in the corner, had the puck tapped off his stick by the Blues. Tucker to Walker at center ice from Cardiff, Wales, Nathan Walker. He lost the puck into the Hawk zone. Vlasic now has the puck. Put a pass up the left wing to Doc, and this hit his stick blade and deflected up and over the near glass. All right, 5:55 left in the frame. Do the Hawks have a comeback in store for their fans? Stick around and find out. Take your game day to the next level with the Blackhawks Game Day Experience Package. Take a tour of the Blackhawks practice rink, locker room at Fifth Third Arena, enjoy a pregame buffet, open skate, and guaranteed gate giveaway, all before puck drop. Visit Blackhawks.com/tickets to secure your experience today. Well, 5:55 left in the third period, and the Hawks trailing by a pair. They need to put some pressure on the Blues net, Kaylee. They've only been able to manufacture 2 shots on goal against the Blues in the last 16:48.
They're playing better since the Blues scored in the first minute and 5 seconds of the period for sure. It's just been difficult for them to connect, but you have to credit the Blues too. They're defending well, even with the lead, making it more difficult for the Hawks to get through the neutral zone.
There's Korchinski in the Hawk zone, trying to pass out the center ice for Doc. That deflects down into the Blues end, and the Blues will get it back. Now Tucker at center, front of the benches. He's knocked down from behind by Doc, who spins the puck out, but big Kevin Hayes picks it off. Hayes steps into the Hawk zone, winds it down the right boards and in behind the net. Vlasic gathering it in, shot it out, but not out. And Krug firing from the left point. That was turned away. Neighbors along the left wing boards. Jostled for the puck by Anders Bjork. Here's Bjork from just north of Milwaukee. Passing over to Vlasic to Korchinski. Left wing through center ice and over the Blues line. He'll dump the puck off the inboards. Rides around up the far side. Bjork tried to hand it off to Mackenzie Entwistle, but the Blues get it back, and Robert Thomas will then spin it off the left boards. He misses with his pass. Hawks get it back as Phillips dumps the puck wide of the Blues net. Hofer stopping it there for Krug. To Buchnevich, then Thomas. Here's Thomas going rink wide to Krug. Blues line. To Kyrou at center ice to Thomas. Carrying it over the Hawk line down the left wing. Turning away to the half board. Sets up the slot. Here's Kyrou with a backhand. Nice save made by Mrazek with the right pad. And the Hawks come back up ice 4-on-2. Led by Entwistle to Phillips over the Blues line. To Bjork, top of the left circle. He fires, and it deflects just wide. And the puck now taken along the far boards and batted away by Kaiser. Tried to send it across the rink. This ends up deflecting down ice into the Hawks zone. What a chance the Hawks had right there.
Yeah, right down the other way. Peter Mrazek makes a great save off Kyrou, cutting in all alone in the middle. And then the other way, it nearly redirects in off Isaac Phillips' shot.
Now Buchnevich into the Hawk zone. Drops it off to Thomas. A wrist shot. Turned out of there by Mrazek. Gutman the other way. Well, backhanded ahead into the Blues zone. It was intended for Joey Anderson, but Scott Perunovich took it away instead. And from behind the Blues net, he'll angle it out to center ice. Laferriere moves it along the left wing boards and down behind the Hawk net where Zaitsev took it back. Lost it, though, to Alexandrov of the Blues. To Laferriere. Now to Alexandrov, top of the circle. Now to Tucker at the line. Hard wrist shot deflects wide. Here's Mackenzie McEachern of the Blues. Along the right side boards, Hawk in. Put it down to the corner, Laferriere, and he's pushed off the puck by Zaitsev, who then moves it up the left side boards to Kachuk. Couldn't clear it out. Bortuzzo kept it in at the point. And now Tenorti's able to knock it free. Gutman from center ice will dump the puck off the inboards, and the Hawks will go for a line change. 2:48 left in regulation. 5-3 St. Louis.
Well, Robert Thomas and that top line for the Blues have done some damage tonight, but not a bad thing for the Hawks' young defensemen, Wyatt Kaiser, Vlasic, to see that level of skill and passing ability early on in a preseason game like this to be ready.
There goes Mrazek to the Hawks bench. They'll go with the extra attacker in the empty net. Korchinski from the right point. Shot the puck across. It was intended for Vlasic at the left point, but it deflects to center ice. And Korchinski back skating into the Hawk zone. Will now turn with the puck. Move it over to Vlasic. From the left side boards, Hawk in. He'll skate the puck to center. Vlasic sidesteps a hit, moves in over the Blues line, put it in front of the net, and it deflects right in on Hofer, who blockers it away. Vlasic picked up the rebound in the right circle and backhands it toward the net, but it goes wide.
Well, Vlasic's all over it tonight. He's been great defensively, but really assertive and aggressive on the offense as well. Look at him go again.
Yeah, Athanasiou give and go with Vlasic, who got a shot away. It was blocked. Hawks get it back. Athanasiou drives one from the left point. That goes high and wide of the Blues net. Now an empty net and a shot from center ice by Verana. And a nice block by Korchinski of the Hawks. 1:30 left on the clock. Boris Kachuk skating back up ice up the left wing. Dumping the puck to the left wing corner Blues zone. Tucker took it away. to Bortuzzo. He then lost the puck to Colton Dock inside the line. Walker had it. Gutman steals. Gutman, bottom of the circle. Put it in front for Cini. He was crashing the net to get a shot away. Could not, but he knocked the goal stick out of Hofer's hands.
Gutsy effort here by the Hawks.
Korchinski at the line. Deep slot to Dave. Gus left circle. Fires, and that's off of Bortuzzo's stick and up into the protected netting.
Well, you love to see it, even at the end of a preseason game. The Hawks keeping their foot on the gas pedal, looking to tie things up, and that nice feed from Vlasic wide, nearly redirected in. Gutman had Brett Cini and Athanasiou in front of the net too. Cini just couldn't quite get a handle on it. Great effort here by the Hawks.
Well, Kaylee, the Hawks are set to begin a new season with a new look. Join Pat Boyle, Kaylee Chelios, and Charlie Roumeliotis for the Blackhawks season preview show, where they talk realistic expectations for Connor Bedard and interview the key players of the season. That's Monday at 6:30 on NBC Sports Chicago. That should be a fun show.
I'm looking forward to it. We have a great crew this year with NBC Sports. A lot of great games coming up as well next week. National games, Pittsburgh, Boston. Hockey's back and it feels good.
Yeah, sure does. Our buddy Charlie Roumeliotis, and of course the great Pat Boyle, a true professional. He's one of the finest, in my opinion, he's one of the finest reporters or TV people, not only in the city of Chicago, but really in the business.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Absolutely love working with PB. He's been here through it all. Does a tremendous job, not just Blackhawks, but across the board. And I love Charlie, obviously, too.
All right, an empty net on the Hawks end. Nathan Walker fires. He hit the post.
It's hard to do.
Yeah, loose puck to the near boards. Alexandrov, who already has a goal tonight, lost it in behind the net. And Colton Dock will steer it to center ice. Hawks have 42 seconds to get something done. Gutman Hawk line. Got it ahead. Athanasiou into the blue zone, and he ran into Torrey Krug. Lost the puck. Krug steers it down ice into the Hawk zone. 30 seconds left. Here's Korchinski dropping it off to Athanasiou. Full flight through center ice and over the Blues line. Drop pass Tkachuk left point. Down to Athanasiou along the half boards with 20. Gutman reaching in, as is Tkachuk. All trying to stab it out of there. The puck slides beside the net. Krug will backhand it out to center ice. 9 seconds left as Korchinski's back to get it. Quick pass ahead to Gutman, put it into the blue zone. Tucker will take it behind the net, and the horn will sound, ending the hockey game and the preseason. Blues win tonight, 5-3. The Blackhawks preseason record will stand at 2-2-2 for the preseason. Not a bad preseason, but nonetheless, it's one they were hopefully able to build on. Well, Kaylee, great working with you. That's going to do it from the Enterprise Center as the Blackhawks finish up the preseason. Be sure to join our watch party on Tuesday at Vintage Bar when Chicago starts the season on the road in Pittsburgh. For Kaylee Chelios, I'm John Weideman. Thank you for watching Hawks Hockey on NBC Sports Chicago. Good night, everybody.
Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library.